So, and there's lots more, bro. You know, the
Yeah.
different vitamins, the B vitamins, the K, potassium, magnesium, and selenium, all these trace nutrients. So really, I feel like the CMOS should be sold as more as a natural full source of multivitamin.
Okay. So would you say the things Dr. Seppi says, like outside of that, is true? Like the fact that you can cure cancer,
No,
AIDS with
no,
herbs.
no, no. I don't
Really?
believe any of that shit that he says. Now, he might cure people, but that story that he says, "Oh, I prove it in court" and all that stuff, that's all bullshit, bro. You can look it up, right?
He didn't win the he
No.
really. So
Yeah,
what happened?
positive. So when you go and search, and you can go do this yourself, bro, go search the transcripts, right? He had two separate court cases. The first court case, right? It got sort of dismissed, or like something happened, I forget, but he didn't win it. It wasn't like they said, "Hey, you're good." But I think it got dismissed on a technicality. And the technicality that he used, right, was that they were charging him for prescribing medicine without a license,
Yeah,
right? And so what he said was, "I'm not prescribing medicine, I'm prescribing food. I'm giving food to people and they're eating the food. And so this isn't medicine." And so they couldn't really catch him on that, right?
yeah,
And then they got him on something else the next time. I think they changed it or whatever. And what ended up happening was, I don't think he got convicted, but he settled. And so what he agreed to do, what ended up happening was that he agreed to pay a $900 fine and to put an ad in the paper, talking about, like, basically saying, we apologize for this misinformation and stuff, and to cease advertising and marketing in these areas. Now,
yeah,
you don't get told to do that kind of shit when you win a case.
yeah.
You don't pay who pays a fine on something that they won.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. The transcripts are there. You can't lie, because I got into an argument with something. That's how I found out about it. I got into an argument and I went into a huge, like, deep dive into the court, stuff, and I pulled up their transcripts from like the 80s and stuff. It was all written in typewriter and shit.
Damn.
So, but here's the thing. And that was another thing. And I don't want to throw shit on him, but I just want to kind of go into the stuff that I found that a lot of people don't know about him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Is that, at one point he was dealing with Michael Jackson and stuff. And he actually got ran out of Michael Jackson because, you know what I mean? They basically kind of said, like, they dealt with him for a while, and then they were kind of like, "Yeah, you know what? Thanks, guy. Get it, beat it." You know what I mean? Because he
no
wasn't
way.
really, yeah. And it talks about people in Michael Jackson's camp saying how this guy was kind of like a con man, and he was just trying to, like, jump on what, you know, be this healer, you know? And that's the thing. It's not to say that he isn't a healer or that he didn't do good work, right? But the work that he was doing, the knowledge that he had, it's there for anybody to have. He didn't create that knowledge. He took it and repackaged it, right? Because he got all the information from the shamans in Mexico.
Okay.
And yeah, and here's another thing though, a lot of people don't talk about. And I mean, to me, it gives you an interesting insight to his character.
Yeah.
The reason why he got onto all this health journey and stuff was not really to help people and stuff, right?